The girl was happily marrying the man she loved, but unexpectedly, the keel left by her grandmother told her to flee for her life. The girl instantly looked around at everyone with vigilance, but she couldn't guess who wanted to harm her on her wedding day. However, she firmly believed that her grandmother's keel would not be wrong, because her grandmother was a famous national studies master. She helped people tell fortunes and never made a mistake. Moreover, her grandmother's keel had already saved her once before. This made the girl think back to the day before her grandmother passed away. The grandmother, who never told fortunes for her family, suddenly told the girl that her fate would be bumpy and she would experience 3 deadly calamities in the future. Then she took out 3 keels, planning to use them to help the girl survive the calamities safely. For the first keel, the grandmother asked the girl to personally hand it to the 70th person who came to offer incense after her death. For the second keel, the grandmother asked the girl to open it on her wedding day. This made the girl's mother very angry. She felt that the grandmother's mind was not working well. How could her daughter, who was doing well, possibly have any calamities? But the girl quietly took her grandmother's words to heart. So when it was time for her grandmother's funeral, she kept counting the number of people offering incense. But as the funeral was about to end, there were only 69 people who had come to offer incense, and the 70th person had yet to appear. The mother therefore concluded that the grandmother's words before her death were nonsense. Just as the guests were about to leave and the mother was going to remove the grandmother's spirit hall, the 70th person who came to offer incense finally arrived. The person was wearing all black with a duck tongue hat, making it impossible to see his true face. After simply offering incense to the grandmother, he directly picked up his umbrella and left. The girl, seeing this, immediately called out to the man and nervously took out her grandmother's first keel, tremblingly handing it to him. Unexpectedly, after seeing the note inside the keel, the man immediately fled in terror. This made the girl very curious about what was written on the note, but when she saw the contents, she instantly turned pale with fright. The mother immediately ran over and picked up the note to read it, but found that it was just a few ordinary names. She didn't know what was so scary about these names. At this time, a neighbor told her that this was a list of girls in the village who had just been raped and murdered. Moreover, these girls were all brutally killed at night, and their deaths were extremely tragic. At this time, the mother turned over the note again and saw her daughter's name appearing in the last line. The girl was shocked as if struck by lightning. The mother didn't understand why the grandmother left the list and why the man ran away after seeing it. The girl told her mother that the man was the murderer. The reason he was scared away was because the grandmother's note left evidence of his crimes. The girl escaped a catastrophe because of her grandmother's keel. She was worried that the man would come looking for her again, so she begged her mother to take her back to the city. But the mother still didn't believe the grandmother's prediction and thought it was all just a coincidence. Even though the girl told her that the villain might come back to hurt her again, the mother remained hard-hearted and refused to take the girl back to the city. She left with a random excuse. The poor girl was thus abandoned by her mother. At night, she curled up alone on the bed, not daring to fall asleep. She hugged her grandmother's photo and prayed for her protection.